You're listening to the Finchwood Discipleship Podcast. My name is Matthew, and as your host, my mission is to help you discover who God is and what it means to live as a citizen of His kingdom. Greetings, Finchwood. Welcome back. It's been a few months since Season 2 ended, and other than a special edition episode that happened a couple weeks ago, we really haven't done this for a while, so I'm excited to be getting back into it. As you heard in the intro, my name is Matthew, and you're listening to the Finchwood Discipleship Podcast. Now, this new season that I'm starting is going to be a little bit different in terms of subject matter from Seasons 1 and 2. Season 1 was really an intro to the podcast itself. What is Finchwood, and who am I, and why am I doing this, and all those kinds of things. Meanwhile, Season 2 was called The Basics, and really that was a bird's eye view, or a 10,000-foot view, of a couple of very elementary topics within the idea of Christianity. What do we believe? What is the Bible? What is our mission? What is our purpose? What is the church? Those kinds of very elementary, almost definitions of the terms that we're going to be using. But now here in Season 3, the overarching topic is how to. The idea here is to get really practical. Many of these episodes will be about the life skills that you're going to need as a Christian. Some of these have already been discussed to some degree on this podcast, but now it's time to start drilling down a little deeper by asking the question, how do you actually do this in real life? In the hope of discovering some concrete, useful answers to those questions, we're going to be drawing from a variety of sources like the Bible, of course, but we're also going to look at the writings of experts, people who have gone before us on this road that follows Jesus. And we're going to glean whatever we can from their experience. I'm also going to give you whatever limited wisdom I've collected in my few decades here on Earth, and I'm hoping we can remove some of the legalism and misconceptions that have sprung up over the years in many of these topics. Just like I did at the beginning of Season 2, I'm starting this season off with an appeal for ideas. I have a dozen or so items that I'd like to cover, like how to pray, how to read your Bible, how to find and join a church, and I've also pulled some topics together from what the great Christian writers and thinkers of the past few centuries have called the spiritual disciplines, which are really a list of habits and activities that have been found to bring people closer to God. I also have a few audience-submitted questions already that I'm really excited about, but still I'm very much aware that the person who's most qualified to say what you need help in is you. So if you've ever had an area of your walk with God that you were stuck in or that you didn't even know where to start in, please contact me using the contact info in the episode description. And on that note, I should let you know that you don't have to be currently struggling with these areas to suggest them, because if you have struggled with something in the past, somebody else is probably struggling with it now, and they could use some advice on those topics. So please keep those suggestions coming, and I will do my best to address your topic as part of this season's How-To Guide to Christianity. Also, while we're at it, please leave us a good review, and tell a friend who's trying to be more like Jesus about the Finchwood podcast. As kind of a housekeeping note, because it's the end of the year, I'm going to take next week off because of Christmas and all those things, but I will see you in 2 weeks, so I'll see you then, and thank you for listening. You've been listening to the Finchwood Discipleship Podcast, conversations for people who want to be more like Jesus. If you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe now and consider sharing it with your friends. For more information about this episode's topic, or to continue the discussion, please consult the show notes. See you next time.